Good evening, everyone. Today is October 17th, Thursday, and I'm student meteorologist Jason Ducker.
And I'm student meteorologist Troy Fields, and what a lovely day it has been. It was a little bit on the warm side, but still, the awesome sunshine, just really good to be out if you're walking on campus.
Well, we do live in Florida. Sunshine does persist throughout the day, so certainly expect that. A lot more cloud cover, though. That cold front is making its way on. It's getting quite near here.
But shifting things towards the other side of the country, to the northeast, in fact, they're going to be seeing a taste of winter, I do believe.
They indeed are. Colder airs in the season, of course, for that area in the northeast. We'll be getting some cooler temperatures, probably into the 40s, dipping down, maybe even a couple, I think, snow lake effect showers, lake snow effect showers, excuse me, off the Great Lakes. We have that low pressure system beginning to spin up in the Great Lakes, and hence there's going to be some snow over there.
Yes, and we're going to talk about more what that means in a section later on in the story, but, just really, we're just getting into the season, just seeing the snow, and we're finally going to be getting rid of these summer, awful, humidity, which, for some people could be quite a burden. But
it certainly is. And that humidity is in the forecast, though, this weekend. Be a little muggier than normal weekend. We have that cold front that will be eventually stationary and just a lot of moisture into the region. So, Troy, you're going to have to hang on just a little bit more.
I know.
Next week, we may have those cooler temperatures and somewhat of a winter actually in our sights. That would be a little exciting, I think. About time to get a little chilly.
I'm going to have that jacket on deck, but let's shift things out towards Ryan. And, Ryan, do you have your winter jacket handy?
Let's hold off on the jackets, because anybody who's wearing a jacket right now is going to be they're going to be burning up. The temperatures, that's a long way off. We got to focus on the immediate future, which for us is weekend chance for rain, cold front knocking on our door, as well as much of the eastern part of the country. So clouds are going to be an issue over the next couple days, but temps in the 40s, well, that'll bring out the jackets, but it's a long way off, so we're going to have to wait a little while on that. We'll take out the SAT-RAD first. We've got showers and thunderstorms along a line. A cold front position from about Pensacola through Atlanta and northeast. Lots of disorganized, scattered activity moving towards the east, and this is going to impact the Big Bend tonight and raise those rain chances for the evening hours. 20% chance of rain tonight, 69. The clouds keeping temperatures pretty mild. Stray showers overnight, lingering into the rest of the weekend. For all that, more details later. We'll send it back to the desk for now.
Thank you, Ryan. And we were mentioning before that low pressure system with that cold front you did see on the screen, satellite radar, there was a couple of rain showers into the southeast area. But zooming up into the upper Midwest, we do have some snow showers up there.
Yes, and these waves of cold air that is expected to push on through, and along the disturbances that are going to be moving on in Camden with that, it's going to bring the chance for snow. So something very good news for snow lovers in the upper Midwest.
Well, our brother is up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, so Drew, you may certainly get a snow shower into your forecast later tonight. The reason why, of course, we have that polar air from Canada. We have a low pressure system moving over the Great Lakes, still has warm water, so it can build up those showers. And on top of that, you have those colder temperatures. It's going to make some snow.
Yeah, it won't be enough to make Frosty the Snowman, but it will be enough to give a bit of taste of winter. But in the meantime, we're going to send out to Brooke, the local. And Brooke, how do you like Frosty the Snowman?
Frosty's my homeboy, but right now we don't see him down in Florida. It's too hot over here. 87 was our high today. All those clouds made their way out. We got some peaks of sunshine, which allowed us to cool up or to warm up to 87, but our lows are in the 60s, so we got that 20 degrees difference out at this time of day. 86 degrees here in Tallahassee, still fairly hot out there. Those clouds are still sticking around. We can see a couple of showers later in the day, but for now these temperatures are quite cool for this time of the evening. 84 down in St. Mark's, 81 over in Carabel. So these temperatures are right around average for this time of the day, but we do have this big factor that's making a huge difference that we're going to be noticing definitely for the next couple of days. This low pressure system, also a cold front, is going to be bringing in a couple of showers for us into this evening, into the rest of the weekend as well. So you guys want to bring your umbrellas and also plan accordingly. We have some snow also occurring up in the northern eastern part of the United States, so that's something fun for October. So you get a better view of this cold front. It's just making its way over through Tallahassee. We got some rain again into this evening, and we're going to see a lot of changes as we move into the weekend. But right now, this low pressure system is just going to continue to make its way on through. You can see the difference in those temperatures as they drop, as it continues to pass. And we're going to see this guy just definitely stall on out as it brings in a lot of those clouds that we've been seeing. And then the chances of rain will increase as it stalled over the big panhandle of Florida, so temperatures are going to take a little dip. You're definitely going to be noticing that if you step outside. But for tonight, temperatures dropping down to 69 degrees. Again, we can see a little bit of those showers making their way on through. You want to bring your umbrella. And when you wake up in the morning, if you head out super early, you're definitely going to be noticing some fog out there. Tomorrow, we're going to be seeing that 40% chance of rain, and we also get those temperatures to warm back on up very nicely. If you're heading out to the beach to enjoy your weekend, again, we're going to be seeing those showers, but that UV index is going to make its way on through, so you can get some sun and you can get a little tan if you do go outside or have any outdoor activities at all. Those winds are just going to be coming in at 5 to 10 miles per hour, very weak if you have any plans to go out to the beach. But for your next 7 days, you can definitely see a huge change in what we've been seeing for this past couple of weeks. We're going to be seeing a lot of rain into the next couple of days. 40% chance we have for you, 80s all around for your highs, and we're going to be seeing a big dip in temperatures as we move into next Thursday with that 44 degrees. But you know what? We're just going to send things over to Ryan right now.
Hey, look at this dividing line of temperatures across the southeastern United States. 87 in Tallahassee, that was near record territory, so feeling the heat across the state of Florida where we had plenty of sunshine today. But on the other side of this front, we've got cooler air, some cloudy conditions across the center part of this. 72 in Atlanta, a cool 65 in Tupelo, Mississippi, 69 in Little Rock. These temperatures are going to slide east as this front moves east, and those temperatures, these 80s, are going to begin to disappear over time. Currently outside, well, the state of Florida is still looking nice and warm. 86 in Orlando as well as in Tallahassee, 81 in Savannah. Back towards the west, we've got cooler temperatures, 69 and cloudy in Atlanta, 73 and cloudy in Montgomery. We've got a line of rain along this front, and that's what we're seeing right now. Clouds and showers extending from New Orleans through Montgomery, Atlanta, into Columbia, South Carolina, all positioned along a cold front that's headed eastbound. So bringing with it showers and cloudiness. It's going to be working its way into the Tallahassee, Big Bend area. So southern Georgia, the Florida Panhandle, we're all going to be getting in on this over the next day to 3 days as this front begins to stall out over the southeast. Behind it, though, we've got some clearing. Little Rock into northern Mississippi and Louisiana are seeing the sunshine, so there is some good news. Parts of the south are going to be seeing the sunshine and cooler temperatures. We'll put it in motion for you. Watch the clock working into Friday morning early. This front begins to slow down. South of the front, we've got warm conditions in the 80s, but behind it, 60s and 70s. And by Friday, working into Saturday, we've got temps in the 50s across much of the deep south. Unfortunately for us here in the Big Bend of Florida, stationary front, it begins to stall out. Temperatures in the 60s across the Panhandle and the rest of the state of Florida, with cloudiness and showers going to be the big story over the next couple days. Tonight's forecast, well, back towards the west. Behind the front, we've got the cool air, 46 in Tupelo, as well as in Little Rock, 48 in Shreveport. On the south side of that front, 68 in Tallahassee. We've got clouds covering the entire southeast, 64 in Savannah, 71 in Orlando. And back tomorrow, well, we've got cloudiness and showers persisting across most of the middle part of the southeast. So where we have the cloud cover, we'll have cooler temperatures, 86 in Tallahassee, 83 and cloudy in Savannah, with rain showers scattered across the entire region. Behind the front, though, look where you've got the sunshine, 72 in Tupelo and sunny, 71 very nice seasonable October temperatures in Little Rock, 74 degrees and sunshine in Atlanta. And with that said, we're going to send things back to Jason and Troy at the desk.
Alrighty, thank you, Ryan. And we're gonna take the globe to the other side of the world, with in the eastern or the western Pacific, which I understand we have a little critter in their region.
Well, on Tuesday, we were actually talking about Typhoon Whippa, and she made her impacts, of course, on Tuesday into Wednesday. However, though, we have a next Typhoon Francisco expected to make more impacts into Japan.
Yes, and at the present time, it is currently brushing the Mariana Islands around the Guam region, and that's moving on through. And over the next few days, it's expected to pick up and continue to intensify.
Of course, same projected path usually. We're expected to intensify in a Cat 4, then eventually Cat 3, downgrading itself before making landfall into Tokyo. Same path in a sense, though. Another cold front's going to pick it up and push it on out, thankfully, from Tokyo. But otherwise, though, around 35 million people will still be affected in the eastern portions of Tokyo. So
Yes.
serious situation over there.
And hopefully, folks, it's unfortunate that they have to go through yet another typhoon. And hopefully, folks, they're prepared. But in the meantime, we're going to send it out to the lovely Raquel with your national. Raquel, tell us more what's going on across the country.
Thanks, guys. Well, with the big game going on this weekend, we are expecting the weather conditions to be on the rainy side for this weekend for Clemson. Clemson right here and Charleston to the southeast, just to give you a little relationship between the two cities. So for the next few days, or for the next couple of days, we are going to see an increase of cloud cover, especially with the stationary front just making its way through. So what can we expect for Friday? Friday, we're going to start seeing those rain chances start to increase slightly, and we might actually have a 20% chance of rain for the Clemson game. So how will our Noles fare? Well, it's all up to the weather and how our quarterback does. So we'll be rooting for them here in Tallahassee. Current conditions right now, we're staying on the moderately warm side in Tallahassee, just degrees in the 80s, and that will decrease as the next cold front will move in later next week. For the rest of the country, you do see a little bit of a cool spike here in the Appalachian Mountains, 69 in Atlanta, 66 in Memphis, 72 in Washington, D.C. And we do just have this blast of cold air just coming from the northwest that's going to be traveling down to the southeast. This cold front, as you can see from the temperatures map, is just lining all through Nebraska into Colorado and up into Montana. So we do see a little bit of precipitation there. There is going to be some snow as we head into the weekend for the Midwest. But right now, we're going to just take a nice little look into the northeast. A lot of moisture coming off from that stationary or that cold front that will turn stationary into this week. Again, as I mentioned, we do have a little bit of rain to the Midwest and a lot of mixture of rain and snow just coming from the northwest. And that's going to continue into tonight and into tomorrow. Again, there's just a lot of snow. I know that there's a freeze watch and warning in parts of Denver, northern Texas, and Kansas. So you just might want to stay inside tonight, avoid those harsh conditions. Airport delays, it seems relatively quiet right now. There might be some reports in the Midwest due to the snow and maybe a few in the Northeast because of that rain system. However, if you are making those travel plans up to the Clemson game, you can expect fairly decent weather for tonight's forecast. Temperatures are going to cool down, especially in the Midwest. And for tomorrow, there you just see that cold blast of Arctic air just coming down from the northwest. But we're going to stay relatively warm in Tallahassee. And Jack will let you in more on that as he takes us into our local. What's it going to be like, Jack?
Well, Raquel, we are talking about that cold front that will be coming in the next day or so, but checking out our record books, 87 will go down in our record books for our high today. Very warm temperature, 6 degrees above average. Our early morning low was 4 degrees above our average at 61 degrees today, but after that cold front comes down, I think we start dropping down in temperature just a little bit, and then we have a big cold front next week. But currently at the airport, 86 degrees, partly cloudy skies, still hovering around. That dew point is at 62 degrees, so we're starting to feel a little more comfortable as those dew points start sliding away from those 70s. Those winds are mainly out of the southwest at 5 miles per hour. Across the Big Bend, where we're seeing 82 in Quincy, 84 degrees in Bainbridge, 84 degrees in St. Mark's. We make our way towards the eastern viewing area, 81 degrees in Perry, and 86 degrees all the way up in Valdosta, Georgia. So we're still lingering around those 80s. I think we'll drop down into the mid-60s tonight, and then we'll have some rain chances in our area on Friday. That's because of this cold front sagging across Montgomery, making its way up into Atlanta. It will start creeping our way slowly but surely. It's starting to get its act together. You see that last frame on the satellite and radar. We're starting to get some yellows in there, so we could see some thunderstorms coming through Tallahassee, but I think it'll mainly be heavy rainstorms, if anything, maybe some light rainstorms, but I think we'll start seeing that into Friday afternoon. Futurecast shows what this cold front will also be bringing us. Those look to the northwest, you got those colder air skies, 52 up in Indiana. We put this baby into motion. We'll see some fog, I think, early tomorrow morning into your early morning commute, and that cold front will start sagging through the Nature Coast, making its way into Tallahassee. I think it will stall out though, which means we'll have a lot of rain chances this week and a lot of cloud coverage. But look at those Saturday mornings, 69 degrees for us here. We'll have cloudy skies in the area. So I think that cold front really won't pack that punch though. But next week we'll see a really cold front push through, and we could see lows into the 40s. But what can we expect for tonight for the immediate future? Calling for a low of 69 degrees. We could have a lingering shower from that cold front, 20% chance of rain. Be wary of that, but I think the bulk of the rain chances will be this weekend. Stray shower here and there tonight, and we could have patchy fog staying around until 8 o'clock in the morning, so you got the early morning commute. Make sure you leave yourself a couple minutes to get there a little early, keep those low beams on. We're calling for a high of 86 degrees here in Tallahassee. I think we'll see some cooler temperatures up in North or South Georgia, in Valdosta, as well in Thomasville. Take that umbrella with you. If you're in Georgia, I think we could see some heavier rain chances. For us here in Tallahassee, the bulk of our rain chances should be in the weekend. Boating forecast, 5 to 10 knots of wind. We could see those showers lingering around. 7-day forecast, though, you see those rain chances at 40%. And I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, Ryan and Raquel, but look at this on Thursday. We have a cold front coming through. Our high will only reach 74 degrees, and we'll have that frigid 44-degree low.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, Jack. We're all excited about that, but what we're excited about in the meantime is the upcoming Clemson-Florida State game taking place in Clemson, South Carolina on Saturday night at 8 p.m. And for all you people hitting the road, well, it looks like it could be a wet go on the way to the game.
Yes, you might want to actually carry your umbrellas or even your ponchos. We do have a slight risk of rain chances for Saturday night, so that might affect our team's play, but hopefully, growing up in Florida, we do experience a lot of rain, so that might actually give us the advantage.
There you go, a slippery ball, slippery field, and you never know. But things will look like they'll clear out by game time. Kickoff temperature, a cool 60 degrees, so let's hope that all us Southerners can handle it up there in Clemson. But in Tallahassee, if you're staking out for things here in Tallahassee, temperatures looking pretty mild in about mid-70s.
Yes, and we're going to learn more about that as we take it around Florida with Troy. Troy, how's it looking out there in Florida?
Just beautiful, Raquel. We're going to start the segment off by looking at St. George Island, and folks, just sit back and look at that view. Very calm and just very blue skies, 81 degrees, perfect sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. So if you're not doing anything, you might just want to check that out, and just, if you and your girlfriend are not bored, just go out there and just perfect romantic getaway, if I do say so myself. And along with these comfortable temperatures, really just all across the board on this great sunshine state, temperatures run in the middle to upper 80s, 86 degrees in the capital city, 84 degrees, and Fort Myron a little bit cooler in Pensacola, 78 degrees, and that's due to the cold front, which I'm going to show you in just a bit. That's really the dividing boundary between really cold temperatures in the panhandle of the state and this very warm temperatures and what we're seeing across most of the sunshine state. But let's illustrate your dew point real quick. And remember, dew point is a good indicator of how much moisture there is in the atmosphere, and it's also a great indicator of how much humidity there is in the atmosphere. And you see dew points running in the 60s and 70s like we're seeing across Florida right now. That means that it's very, very muggy outside, and 65 for your dew point in Orlando, and a little bit muggier in Miami, the dew point of 69 degrees. But here's that cold front that I was telling you about as we look ahead on what's going on across your Florida radar. You can see those line of showers and thunderstorms approaching the panhandle. That's associated with that cold front, and that's going to be moving into the region over the next couple of days. And in fact, let's illustrate that on your futurecast. You see there's that cold front boundary that's draped across the Mississippi Valley right now, and that's Thursday afternoon right now going to the night. But as we extend out your timeline going into Friday, you see that cold front beginning to make its way towards the Florida Peninsula region. You can see we're ahead of it. We're in the 80s right now, but behind it, look at all this cool air mass that will eventually begin to make its way towards the other side of the state. You see going into Saturday that front becomes stationary, so not quite making it through the whole state, but around the North Florida region, that will bring the chance for showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms. So just have that umbrella in your handy if you plan on going outside, and look out to your futurecast radar as we go towards Thursday and Friday. You can see that cold front begin to make its way through, and they'll bring the chance for showers. But in the meantime, as far as your beach is concerned, if you want to go out, winds north and west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So not a bad day if you want to get out there or just play frisbee with your friends, or just take that nice walk with your dog. Tonight's forecast, more mildness in store with 68 degrees for overnight temperature in Tallahassee, 70 degrees in Fort Myers. And as far as tomorrow's forecast is concerned, more mildness isn't the story, folks. 86 degrees is the high temperature for Tallahassee, and a little bit warmer down towards Orlando with 90 degrees. So if you want to go to Disney World, have lots of water. But in the meantime, let's take it out to Jason with the tropics, who I understand is going to talk about a little something in the Western Pacific.
Hey, Troy, well, thank you. Unfortunately, not really talking about Western Pacific, not really the region that we're covering, more so less the Atlantic. And yes, the Atlantic is the opposite of the Western Pacific, I would say. Not very much activity. Good thing, of course, for us South Floridians and most of the east coast of the United States. Now, hurricane climatology is saying October really looking more so less into the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico of the tropical formations, if possible. And eventually they would make a curve off towards the northeast. Maybe if it would form into the Caribbean, could take a turn into Florida and eventually just head out into the Atlantic. So good thing the portion of where we expect these storms. Now, and satellite imagery not really showing much in the Atlantic, pretty quiet throughout. We have a cold front, now developing some warm characteristics, about near 0% formation expect the next 48 hours, even the next 5 days. So that's a good thing, not really much to worry about. The NHC originally had a 10%, but now 0%, not really seeing any formation with this associated cold front system in the Atlantic. Zooming out though, like I said, nothing else really happening much anywhere, just some stray showers, of course, happening into the Atlantic. Now let's zoom it back home a little, talk a little about the southeast, what's happening the next few days for Tallahassee. We have, of course, this big cold front beginning to spin up into the Great Lakes, spinning up some snow into northern portions of Michigan, and a long cold front line with a lot of showers. Now, we're going to zoom in a little around Washington, D.C. A little kink, I would say, in showers, a stoppage, a good indication that the southeast is getting their energy begin to cut off. So we expect this next 24 hours, a lot of these storms begin to dissipate in a sense, and eventually we'll have this front that will really just begin to drape stationary over us. Now, what really meaning is these showers could persist the next 3 or 4 days as they move eastward towards us. And hence, in the Futurecast radar, our model is showing really the same thing, not much activity going on, rain showers, except once this front turns stationary into Friday and Saturday, we just have spotty showers east-west, maybe into Tallahassee, into at least the next 3 or 4 days per se. Now, this is more or less the trend that we're going to be seeing as the stationary front does stall out, just pop-up showers around the region, not really per se localized, but however, this is really the trend we'll be seeing in the next few days. So tonight's forecast, though, not looking too much. 68 degrees in Tallahassee, 56 in Montgomery. We saw where that cold front really passed. So to the north, cooler temperatures, but right on top of us, though, that stationary front will persist. Tomorrow's forecast, really the same thing. Cloud cover extending where that stationary front is going to be draped. And, of course, to the north, where we already passed some more sunshine. For South Florida, though, and Central Florida, once again seeing those clouds like we will be seeing into Tallahassee. Now we'll go ahead and take it back to the desk now with Ryan Raquel.
Thank you, Jason. Well, in a little bit sadder news, there were 49 people who have died in a airplane crash in Laos this week.
That's right, a Laos Airlines turboprop plane killing 49 people crashed on approach into a Laos airport due to a weather-related incident. The pilots were trying to land in a thunderstorm and caught by strong winds caused the plane to veer off course and crash into the Mekong River.
Now, we did mention earlier last week, that the Mekong River was actually experiencing some flooding on top of the, in addition to this, so they're actually elevated water levels. So
Southeast Asia big with a heavy rainfall over the past couple weeks. So weather-related incident is unfortunate, and several tourists on board. Big tourism industry in Southeast Asia, so a lot of foreign passengers were killed as well.
Well, hopefully in the brighter side, we're going to just take it to local with Nina. Nina, how is it going to look for Tallahassee?
Thank you very much, Raquel. Today it was a lot warmer than it was yesterday. A high of 87, very warm outside. That heat indices actually peaked up a little bit of a high of around 88, 89. We almost reached 90, and you sure did feel it if you were walking across campus. But for most people, it was very pleasant and right on a little bit above average with our average of 81. Current conditions across Tallahassee, 86 degrees outside right now, starting to cool down as the sun is getting close to setting across the Tallahassee district area. Partly cloudy And that dew point is on the rise at 62 degrees as that front approaches and is bringing in a little bit more moisture to our area. Current temperatures, though, a smattering of 80s across the board, 86 in Tallahassee, 84 in Bainbridge, a little bit cooler down on the coast, 80 in Carabel, as they are getting that sea breeze and the sun is starting to set, bringing in cooler temperatures for them. But we will see the dew point, again, like I said, on the rise, 62 in Tallahassee, 66 in Bainbridge, and 67 degrees in Mariana as that front pushes eastward, is going to bring more moisture to us and possibly a chance of showers as we head into the rest of the weekend, and perhaps affecting the Clemson game. Maybe, maybe not, we'll find out, and our 11 o'clock update. Now, we see visible satellite bringing in lots of moisture and clouds that are going to be moving eastward and going to blanket Tallahassee tomorrow and possibly Saturday, like I said, bringing in those rain chances. The futurecast is going to show that front moving in, bringing in that low pushing across eastward, bringing in cooler temperatures, and we are going to see those cooler temperatures dip eastward and southward. Clouds and moisture beginning to increase as front becomes stationary, and is going to stay stationary for the rest of the weekend, into next week, and into later into the week, and that's when we will see those cooler temperatures start to come back. Now, as that front stays stationary, the chances of rain is going to increase and persist into the weekend, affecting us, maybe not so much, but into southern Georgia and Alabama, they could be seeing more chances of rain tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Now, temperatures for tonight are going to be very beautiful outside. 64 degrees in Tallahassee, 62 in Bainbridge, 65 in St. Mark's, a little bit warmer on the coast. Tomorrow, however, beautiful again like it was today, but mostly sunny with a smattering of clouds as that front approaches, bringing in a high temperature of 82 degrees and 81 degrees in St. Mark's. 40% chance of rain tomorrow. Watch out for isolated showers and thunderstorms. 7-day forecast as I step out of the way. Beautiful, but those chances of rain, like I said, are going to increase as we head into the weekend and parts of next week because of that stationary front. But what do you guys think about that back at the desk?
I think the weather this weekend looks questionable. I would say we've got those rain chances in store. I mean, we could use the rain. It's been fairly dry the past couple weeks. So it's not like we don't need the rain, but for outdoor plans, it could be kind of a hamper.
Well, at least let it rain here and not too much in Clemson. I want that to affect our Seminoles game too much.
They're getting it out of the way early, though. Saturday night looks good in Clemson, as we talked about a little bit earlier. Kickoff looks pretty clear, cool conditions, but the cooler temperatures aren't really going to make their way down to Tallahassee yet. That front, as Nina was talking about, is poised to stall out across the area. So the northwestern portion of the Big Bend region expecting cooler temperatures. Southwestern portion more towards Cross City along the coast. Those are the areas where we could still see temperatures well into the 80s. And that 7-day forecast for you showing temperatures in the low to mid 80s for the next couple of days for the capital city at least.
Yep, and also increased pop chances. Just look at that. Friday through Wednesday, we see our precipitation chances just between 40 and 50%. You might want to carry an umbrella. And if you like what we do here at FSU Weather, you might want to just like our page on Facebook or even follow us on Twitter.
That's right. Send us your pictures of this weekend, any outdoor activities, tailgates. But that's it for tonight. I'm student meteorologist Ryan Smithies.
And I'm student meteorologist Raquel Nicora. Have a good night.